Hello there. My name is Jason Perkins. I'd like to welcome you to another episode in the Georgia Workers' Compensation video series. I'm an attorney who specializes in handling Georgia workers' compensation cases. I created this series of videos because I want to provide people who've been hurt at work with helpful information about Georgia's workers' compensation law and the benefits they should receive under it. Today, I want to talk to you about permanent partial disability ratings. Specifically, I want to speak with you about whether your permanent partial disability rating is correct. First, let's talk about what a permanent partial disability rating is. It's a rating that your doctor gives you when you reach maximum medical improvement. What a permanent partial disability rating does is it indicates what permanent impairment you have as a result of your workers' compensation injury. So you receive it when you reach maximum medical improvement because that's the point at which you're as good as you're going to get in your doctor's estimation. And so if you're not 100% better, then you have some permanent impairment as a result of your injury. Generally, the rating is given to you by your authorized treating physician, your main workers' compensation doctor. But other doctors can give permanent partial disability ratings as well. So if you see a doctor for a second opinion or an IME, they may also give you a rating. And when the doctors give you a rating, they're going to, in Georgia, use a book published by the American Medical Association called the Guides to the Evaluation of Permanent Impairment. Specifically, they're going to use the fifth edition of that book. I've got a copy of the fifth edition right here. It's a big, thick green book that attempts to rate any sort of impairment you might have as a result of any sort of injury. Now, how do you know if your permanent partial disability rating is correct? Well, because doctors in Georgia are required to use the fifth edition of the permanent partial AMA Guides to the Evaluation of Permanent Impairment, you really have to have a copy of that book to know whether your rating is correct or not. Without the book or an attorney who represents you having a copy of that book, you're not going to be able to determine whether the doctor correctly rated you under the guidelines that that book specifies. Now, do doctors generally get permanent partial disability ratings correct? Well, most of the time they do. But I've had many instances in the time where I practiced law where doctors have not gotten ratings correct. I've had some circumstances where, because the rating was incorrect, my client, if they had moved forward with the rating the doctor had given them as opposed to correct rating, would receive sometimes $10,000 or $20,000 less in permanent partial disability benefits. So it can matter a whole lot as to whether the doctor gets the rating correct or not. If they don't get the rating correct, you're not going to receive the benefits that you should. Now, the good news is if the doctor gives the incorrect rating, you can get that changed, but there are deadlines for doing that. In Georgia, there's a statute of limitations that applies to permanent partial disability benefits. So if you do not move forward within a certain period of time and get the rating corrected, you may not be able to get it fixed. And as a result of that, you won't receive the benefits that you should. I hope you found this information about whether your permanent partial disability rating is correct helpful. If you have, please let me know that. The best way you can do that is by liking this video or giving it a thumbs up. If you've got more questions about permanent partial disability benefits or any other part of the workers' compensation law, please reach out to me to schedule a free consultation about your case. There's two easy ways you can set that up. The first is by calling the phone number at the bottom of the screen, and the other is by visiting us through our website, which is www.perkinslawtalk.com. Click on and submit the free consultation request form, and a member of our workers' compensation team will reach out to you to get that scheduled. I'd like to thank you again for watching this video today. I want to wish you the best of luck as you recover from your injuries.